Hey boys, you know what time it is? It's Saturday. You know what this means? It means 30-minute Bible stream today. Let me just pull the plate off my desk. I should probably actually start the Instagram live. Oh yeah, firstly, the second I haven't been streaming much recently. It's been Instagram. If you see, this is my own personal account. I think I'm going to give up on my Stardew Valley thing. I will show you guys the end, like when I feel completed. I will show you guys my actual. This is my actual account. The Yeet thing, Raisin Bran Farm, that was a thing that I did with one of my friends. They stopped playing. I'm gonna have it in there just in case if they really want to start playing again. So I'm on day 8 of spring of year 3. I've played for a long time. So how about we ignore this and go directly into the Bible? Okay. Let me actually start the live. Okay, and we're live. So, judging by, there's 2 chapters here on one page. We are on chapter 36, if I do remember correctly. Yeah. Because chapter 35, here's a quick recap. It was basically just Moses recapping, telling the Israelites, like, don't work on the Sabbath day. Just don't work on the Sabbath day. We no longer follow that. Jesus told us you can work. You don't need to not work on the Sabbath day anymore. But like traditional Jews, like I saw one on TikTok because it's a very great information there. I learned a lot, mainly about like Stardew Valley and video games and anime that I don't watch. But I mean, I also follow a lot of people on the Bible. There's this one guy constantly on my For You page though who is a Jew, practicing Jew, and he taught me that the traditional practicing Jews, what they do on the Sabbath day is they'll normally the day before they'll turn on all the lights because apparently they cannot use any electronics. They basically become Amish for the day. Like they cannot use any electronics besides maybe like a fridge or a stove. So yeah. And then it was mainly just talking about offerings like every man with whom was found with blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen and goat's hair and red skins of rams and badgers and skins brought them. It was basically just telling you like, yes, these people donated red wools and purple wools and blue wools and skins of badgers and goat linen, stuff like that. So how about we just hop into chapter 36? Learn something new. Then wrought Bezalel and Aholiab. Wow, we need to read the Bible more. I know I've been slacking and I've been forgetting some days, but man, I've lost my tongue. And every wise-hearted man in whom the Lord put wisdom and understanding to know how to work all manner of work for the service of the sanctuary according to all the Lord had commanded. And Moses called Bezalel and Aholiab, and every wise-hearted and every wise-hearted man in whose hearts the Lord had put wisdom, even every one those hearts stirred him up to come unto the work to do it. And when they received of Moses' all their offering, which the children of all. Wait, what? That doesn't make sense. Chapter 37. How did I skip so much? that which the children of Israel had brought for the work of the service of the sanctuary to make it withal, and brought yet unto him free offerings every morning. And of the wise men that wrought all the work of the sanctuary came every man from his work which they made. And they spake unto Moses, saying, The people bring much more than enough for the service of the work which the Lord commanded that to make. And Moses gave commandment, and they caused it to be proclaimed throughout the camp, saying, Let neither man nor woman make any more work for the offering of the sanctuary. And the people were restrained from bringing, for the stuff they had was sufficient for all the work to make it, and too much. Basically, what I think I should do more is just recap parts, because when I try to recap the entire chapter, sometimes I get lost, and I probably don't recap the entire chapter and it's full. So, basically, from Exodus 36 to 7, no, 36 is a chapter, and we're on line 7. Up to there, basically what it's talking about is, well, Moses appointed basically the heads of the 12 tribes of Israel, with the two in particular of Aholiab and, who was the other one? Unfortunately, the pages are so thin. Bezalel and Aholiab. Basically, he brought them kind of like, well, God put wisdom in them. Basically, they're the leaders of the 12 tribes of Israel. They're basically like Moses, except they don't talk really directly to God. Well, that's what I believe. Well, think, infer. Okay, it's not the definitive truth. If you want to learn more, please do your own research. Because well, you're learning comprehension from a ninth grader, so I'm I might be wrong in a lot of these, but hey, I'm trying. And then basically, so they've been sacrificing a lot of stuff to the altars to the Lord, and then God basically tells Moses, he's like, you guys have been offering a lot. It's okay. You guys can stop offering real quick, okay? Just save some of you guys' stuff. You guys have been very greatly offering. Thank you. And then they do. And every wise-hearted man among them that wrought the work of the tabernacle made men curtains of fine twined linen, and blue and purple and scarlet. Wait, I must see if any of my friends are online so I can burden them. Yes, they are. Never mind, it's just Caleb and his friends, and well, I don't know his friends. I know Caleb, but I don't know his friends, so maybe it's not the best idea to start harassing people. I mean, the other two aren't just... They probably wouldn't like it. In purple and scarlet, and the cherubims of cunning work made he them. The length of one curtain was 20 and 8 cubits, and the breadth of one curtain 4 cubits, and the curtains were all of one size. And he coupled the 5 curtains one unto another, and the other curtains he coupled one unto another. And he made loops of blue, and the edge of one curtain from selvage in the coupling. Likewise, he made in the uttermost side of another curtain in the coupling of the second. 50 loops made he in one curtain, and 50 loops made he in the edge of the curtain which was in the coupling of the second. The loops held one curtain to another, and he made 50 taches of gold, and coupled the curtains one unto another. With the taches so became one tabernacle. And he made curtains of goat's hair for the tents over the tabernacle. 11 curtains he made them. The length of one curtain was 30 cubits, and 4 cubits was the breadth of one curtain. Basically, wait, let me just... Oh, hi, Emily. Let me just explain basically like the language, because there's a huge language barrier here. But when it says like the length was 30 cubits and 4 cubits. I'm pretty sure it's either talking about length and height, or it's talking about 34. Because, well, in the beginning of Genesis, actually, it talked to Adam, like Adam was 126, but normally we would just say 126, but it would be like 126 years old, which, I mean, I do believe is what's happening here. I'm pretty sure that's just how you measure. Well, no, I'm pretty sure that's just how you tell, like, numbers in Old English. The 11 curtains were of one size, and he coupled 5 curtains by themselves, and 6 curtains by themselves, and he made 50 loops upon the uttermost edge of the curtain. In the coupling and 50 loops, and the 50... what? And 50 loops made he upon the edge of the curtain, which coupleth the second. And he made 50 taches of brass to couple the tent together, that it might be one. And he made the covering for the tent of ram skin dyed red, and covering of badger skin above that. And he made boards for the tabernacle of shittim wood, standing up. And the length of the board was 10 cubits, and breadth of the board 1 cubit and a half. Oh, yeah. I'm almost 100% sure that when it says like 30 and 4, I'm pretty sure that just means 34, and then the breadth is like height, maybe. The breadth is a different measurement. 1 cubit and a half. One board had 2 tenons equally distant from one another. Thus did he make for all the boards of the tabernacle. And he made boards for the tabernacle, 20 boards for the south side southward, and 40 sockets of the silver he made under the 20 boards, 2 sockets under one board for his 2 tenons, and sockets under one under another board for his 2 tenons. And for the other side of the tabernacle, which is toward the north corner, he made 20 boards, and the 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. And for the sides of the tabernacle westward he made 6 boards, and 2 boards made he for the corners of the tabernacle and the 2 sides, and they were coupled beneath and coupled together at the head thereof to one ring. Thus he did to both of them in both the corners. And there were eight boards with their sockets, were 16 sockets of silver under every board 2 sockets. And he made bars of shittim wood, 5 for the boards of one side of the tabernacle, and the sides of the boards and of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the tabernacle for the sides westward. And he made the middle bar to shoot through the boards of the other end, on one end to the other. And he overlaid the boards with gold, and made the rings of gold to be places for the bars, and overlaid the bars with gold. And he made a veil of blue and purple and scarlet, and fine twined linen, and cherubims made he of cunning work. And he made thereunto 4 pillars of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold. Their hooks were gold, and he cast them 4 sockets of silver. And he made a hanging for the tabernacle door of blue, and purple and scarlet, and fine twined linen, and needlework. And the 5 pillars of it, which their hook, and he overlaid their chapitillars and fillets with gold, but their 5 sockets were of brass. Chapter 37. Let's go over what we read in chapter 36. Okay, so in the beginning, it was mainly Moses was basically like, God was like, hey yo, these people have like I'm blessing them with my knowledge too. Bang, Bezaleel, and Aholiab, bang. Now they have my wisdom. And then he's still talking to Moses, and he's like, oh yeah, also you guys have been offering so much. It's okay. You guys can stop now. Okay, you guys have been offering so good. And Moses told the people, and he's like, don't worry, you guys no longer have to offer anything to the altars, okay? You might have to resume it soon, but God was like, you guys can take a break. And then they're like, okay. And then Honestly, I don't know what happened after that. It was mainly just talking about him maybe building something. I I don't know. I don't know what a tabernacle is. All I know is that he built something. Chapter 37. Embezzlia made the ark of Shitam wood 2 cubits and a half was the length of it, and a cubit and a half the breadth of it, and cubit and a half the height of it. And he overlaid it with pure gold within and without, and made a crown of gold to round about. And he cast for it 4 rings of gold, to be set by the 4 corners of it, even 2 rings upon one side of it, the 2 rings upon the other side of it. The Old Testament's so confusing sometimes. Yeah. I mean, apparently, according to chapter 37, and probably the first chapter where it started talking about this, apparently it's an ark. I don't know why they're building another boat, but they are, apparently. I don't know what a tabernacle is, but I guess it's something in a boat. Man, my nose is so stuffy. One side to another, and 2 rings upon the other side of it. And he made staves of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold. And he put the staves into the rings by the sides of the ark, to bear the ark. And he made the mercy seat of pure gold. 2 cubits and a half was the length thereof, and 1 cubit and a half the breadth thereof. And he made 2 cherubims of gold, beaten. Okay, I can actually translate this. A cherubim, that is a type of angel, because I'm pretty well conversed with this topic because it's a cool subject. So basically, when you think of an angel, what's really an angel is like 8 spinning rings with like 60 wings and eyes on all the rings. They're horrifying. You see, of course they can like turn into humans if they want, but like they're supposed to be horrifying. God's like, okay, go scare off the demons. Well, the fallen angels. And then the angels that we know of, like what we represent angels as, like giant human like people with big wings. Those are the actual archangels. Those are like that's like stuff like Michael. Honestly, I can't remember any other archangel, mainly because Michael just he killed everyone. He killed all the bad demons. Mr. Archangel Michael up there. But a cherubim, it's a type of angel. Basically, it's just like a flying baby. It's like a baby with wings on it, which is very weird. But apparently they made 2 out of gold. Beaten out of one piece made he them and 2 ends of the mercy seat. One cherub on the end of his side, the other cherub on the other side of that side. What? Why does it make it sound so weird? It's just one on that side, one on the other side. On the 2 ends of the mercy seat. One cherub on the end of his side, the other cherub on the other end of that side. Out of the mercy seat, made he the cherubims of the 2 ends thereof, and the cherubims spread out their wings on high, and covered with. Sorry, my Xbox started to turn off. And covered and with their faces. With their wings over the mercy seat, with their faces one to another, even to the mercy seat were the faces of the cherubims. And he made the table of shittim wood. 2 cubits was the. Pages are so thin, it's so hard to turn. Length thereof 1 cubit, and the breadth thereof the cubit and a half thereof. And he overlaid it with pure gold, and made thereunto a crown of gold round about. And he also made thereunto a border of the hand breadth round about. And he made a crown of gold for the border thereof round about. What does this mean? He made a crown. That's all you have to take away from that. And he cast it for the 4 rings of gold, and he put the rings upon the 4 corners that were of the four feet thereof. Over against the border were the rings and the places of the staves to bear the table. And he made the staves of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold to bear the table. And he made the vessels that were upon the table, his dishes, and his spoons, and his bowls, and his covers to cover withal of pure gold. And he made the candlestick of pure gold, of beaten work made he the candlestick. His shaft and his branch, his bowels and his knops and his flowers were the same, the 6 branches going out the sides thereof, 3 branches of the candlestick, out of one side thereof, and 3 branches of the candlestick of the candlestick, out of the other side thereof. 3 bowls made after the fashion of almonds in one branch, a knop and a flower, and 3 bowls made like almonds in another branch, a knop and a flower, so throughout the 6 branches going out of the candlestick. The candlestick were 4 bowls made like almonds, his knops and his flowers, and his knop under 2 branches of the same, the knop under 2 branches of the same, and the knop under 2 branches of the same, according to the 6 branches going out of it. Their knops of the same branches were of the same, all of it was beaten work of pure gold. And he made 7 lamps and snuffers, and his snuff dishes of pure gold. Of a talent of pure gold made he it, and all the vessels thereof. And he made the incense altar of shittim wood, and the length of it was a cubit, and the breadth of it was a cubit. It was 4 square, and 2 cubits was the height of it. The horns thereof were the same, and he overlaid it with pure gold, both the top of it and the sides thereof round about, and the horns also of it. And he made a crown of gold unto it. And he made 2 rings of gold for it under the crown thereof by 2 corners of it, upon the sides thereof, to the places the staves to bear it withal. And he made the staves of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold, and made a holy anointing oil with pure incense and sweet spices, according to the work of the apocryphy. I'm gonna just stop it there, because, oh boy, recap time. Because we're at chapter 38 now. What happened in chapter 37? I genuinely have no idea. It's mainly just someone's building something. Okay, Bezalel is basically making stuff for the Ark. And it's stuff like, I genuinely don't know. I have no clue. He's just kind of decorating the Ark, it seems, with like angel statues and a new altar and stuff like that. That seems to be the most simple I can put it. Because it is what he was doing. The most simplified version would probably be Bezalel made stuff for the boat. I mean, I would say ark, but that's not very simplified to us native English speakers and not 1940. 1940 then. 1500. No, 1500 might be a bit too short too. Maybe like 1200 English. I mean, this is old English then. But basically, he made a boat, or he just decorated the one that they already have with like new tables and like curtains and 2 statues of angels next to an altar. The specific type of angel is a cherubim, where it's a baby with wings. And he made a crown and 4 rings to go on the altar and stuff like that. That's the most simplified version of what I can possibly say, because I genuinely have no clue. So, if you want a true definition of that chapter, then I suggest that you go read it for yourself. It's Exodus chapter 37. Maybe you could have a better comprehension of than me. And who knows, if you're watching this on YouTube, maybe you could put it in the description. Because genuinely, my main interpretation of that is that he just built. I don't see any significance to it. But I mean, maybe another altar is pretty significant. But I mean, other than that, he was kind of doing what they were doing in like chapter 26 or something. It was something. It was close to that chapter. It was between like 21 and 37. Where we're doing the exact same thing. So I guess I'm in the stream here, and I guess I'll see you next time.